Hi everyone, I'm Penny Shults, host of Oakland Leadership. Our guest today brings a wealth of knowledge regarding Oakland County roads and important issues facing our community. Eric Wilson was appointed to the Road Commission for Oakland County in 2007, and he is the vice chairman for this board. Commissioner Wilson has been active in public service for many years, serving on the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, Orion Township Board of Trustees, and the Orion Township Zoning Board of Appeals. Eric Wilson is an attorney in private practice and is active in many civic groups throughout Oakland County, serving as an advisory role on important issues facing our community. Leadership is recognized by the results it generates, and Eric Wilson gets results for Oakland County. Welcome, Eric Wilson. It's good to have you here today.
Thank you, Penny. Thank you. Very nice that you invited me. I like to think I get results for Orion Township.
You really do.
Because my heart's in Orion Township, Penny.
Yes, and we know that because you have been serving in leadership roles for decades in Orion.
Penny, you're aging me. It seems like that. I know I look at Friendship Park, and I remember that, and that was a big thing to get Friendship Park purchased and developed back in the '96.
That was pretty remarkable.
That was very remarkable, and look what it's done for the township. So it's a great park over there, and I'm glad it's there. And you and your leadership at the township are developing it. Putting lights in there now, I hear.
We are.
Great.
We're putting ball field lights. We got a grant.
Great. That's great.
So people wouldn't know that you were a part of this township and you worked making leadership decisions all those years ago.
I still live in the township.
And that's nice. Your family lives here.
Well, we raised 5 children. My children are all over. All over.
I'm glad that you're still a resident of Orion Township.
Thank you.
So you have a mission. There's things that you want to take care of with the roads, and that's why you're on that Board of Commissioners.
Well, the mission to take care of the roads is that because Oakland County is a leader in jobs. It's the economic engine, and I borrow this phrase from L. Brooks Patterson, and he doesn't mind. Orion Township is part of that mission to keep economy going, and with good roads, the economy will move. And Orion Township and the whole county needs good roads, whether it's from Lyon Township to Orion or Addison or Rose Township. We all need good roads to keep that job growth going and for people to have the good quality of life. And there's a lot of things we do on that, whether it's fixing bridges, safety, and safety really is the key issue for the Road Commission. Back in the late 70s, early middle 70s, the Road Commission figured out and realized that safety was not our big issue. And we led the state in the fatalities for deaths on road crashes. That has changed. We now have the best statistics, and I guess that's, I mean, anytime anybody dies, you're concerned about it. But
yes,
we have brought that down, so we lead the state in the deaths per mile, as far as less people getting killed. And that's hard to do because you have to put safety first, Penny. And sometimes that aggravates people. You have to wait at a light a little longer.
yes.
You can't make a turn where you like to make a turn. You have to reduce the speeds. You have to put in turn lanes. You have to put in modern roundabouts. And roundabouts we lead the state in roundabouts in this county.
You either love them or hate them.
Well, I think you got to, I want you to know, when I was on the township board, I hated them. When I finally got, and because I use the roundabout right now that's at Indianwood and Baldwin Road there, I love them now.
That's an excellent roundabout. It
Because
moves the traffic through.
We used to have semis go, gravel trains tip over there because of that curve. Now the traffic slows down, it moves it. We don't have accidents like that there, no fatalities. So they move. You may have some fender benders once in a while, but once people develop the ability to drive in them, it moves traffic safely. And that is what we're concerned about, is people not getting killed or injured seriously.
And that should be a main concern because there's a lot of congestion on our roads in Oakland County.
Right, and we have a lot of people that live north of us that travel our roads through Oakland County, through Orion Township. Baldwin Road, M24, which is, as you know, the state has it under construction right now. And then next year, we will start Baldwin Road and hopefully finish it up in 2018. That is a project, since I was on the township board from '94, even before that time, Everybody wanted to widen Baldwin Road. It was just a constant topic. Nobody could ever come up with the money, but we did. The Road Commission did, and I like to say we were involved in it. I know I was involved in that, and that's important for this township to have Baldwin Road developed, because there's a future for economic development there. I read recently where the township has got Menards coming in.
We do. On
And
Brown Road.
That's a big project there, and you want to fix Brown Road up. And we've met with the township in regards to Brown Road, and we're going to work with your township in regards to those issues.
There's a lot of good development, controlled development coming to our community that we've been carefully planning.
That's good. That's good. And that's what you want. When people have questions about Brown Road or other things, they should look at our webpage.
Okay, we'll do that. Now, if someone has a question or they want to talk to you immediately, they can also fill out a form, and because we might see things that maybe the Road Commission wasn't aware of.
It is very important that people see things, whether it's a pothole, a dangerous situation, that they inform us, because that is the only way we cannot be everywhere in this county. And the number is 858-4804. That's a citizen service. They'll take your number, they'll take a complaint, whatever you want to call it. There's a pothole. And this time of year, potholes are a problem. I'm not going to deny that. They're in my subdivision, they're a problem. They're just part of the issue with roads.
And I see the crews out repairing them.
We do. They're working hard and diligently to get them repaired. I like to think that our crews are the best in the state. We're on the cutting edge, and we do push them.
The thing I've been amazed with is how quick the response time is. I've used that citizen hotline. I've called and let them know of issues, and they have responded back to me within a number of hours, sometimes depending on the situation, but they're always out taking care of the issue.
We have, I'm not an engineer by trade, but we have a lot of engineers work for us. And if you know anything about engineers, they're like clockwork. We have everything planned out. We know what to do. We go right at it. And I work with a good group of people. Ron Folks is the chairman, Greg Jamian is commissioner, and we work as a strong team. And some of the things we've done positively since we've been on the board, we've started different things in regards to pothole fixing. That's important. Getting the subdivisions plowed with private contractors. When we have a big snowstorm, and this year wasn't too bad, but a lot of times we get the private contractors to go through the subdivisions and hit the gravel roads. We've been pushing on tri-party to get gravel on the gravel roads. Oakland County, people don't realize Oakland County has more gravel roads than any county in the state of Michigan. Now, if you said that to somebody, they'd say, "Oh, no way." I mean, I go up to, you go up to some other county and up north, and you think, well, they've got more gravel roads. No, we have more gravel roads than any county in the state of Michigan, over 700.
And they require maintenance as well.
Well, not only do they, because we have so much traffic on them.
Yes, yeah.
And gravel roads are not designed for the heavy-duty traffic that we put them. People go down here, they'll probably drive Claxton Road there, and they'll know what I'm talking about, or some of the other gravel roads. Scripps Road.
Very heavy travel.
Very heavy traffic. And they're just not designed for that. And we'll say, well, pave it. Well, a lot of people don't like their roads paved. They like that country feeling that we have here in Orion Township, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want them paved. You want them to stay gravel. That's fine. And so what we've instituted, the chloride program, we put a brine well. There's a brine well at the Orion garage. I don't know if you were aware of that or not.
I was. For a number of years it's been there.
Well, we just got it all put in and set it up, but it was implemented, it was a process, believe me, it was a process opening up. But we, as you know, we go through the township and we do chloriding the roads. And I don't know if they do it through you, Penny, at your office? Or
we actually have approved funds through the Township Board of Trustees,
right.
And that's facilitated through the Supervisor's office.
Okay, but that's something that we do, and we think it's important to keep that dust down. But once again, if you get all that traffic,
yeah, I live on a dirt road, and I know, I don't wash my windows until after we chloride. It makes a big difference, but it's a good service that we're providing to the residents on all of our gravel roads.
Good, good.
Probably one of the biggest things we can do as residents is slow down.
Very true, very true, especially on gravel roads. you need to slow down because kids might be playing, people are walking. We have some great safety paths in this township.
We do.
And I know I keep giving you folks a hard time, but when you're going to get us one on Indianwood Road there by the golf course, and I think you're working on that.
The committee is working on that.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, they're definitely in the planning stages for it. It's something that's needed, and a lot of people have expressed that interest as well.
Well, good, good.
It stops. We have sections that we need to fill in.
We need to fix up from Joslin all the way to M24. That would be great.
It would connect the village to the township in such a great way, too.
Right, and I'm glad to hear that you folks are working on it. Baldwin Road is going to start construction. Let me get back to Baldwin Road because I will come back here, and I told you that earlier, that I want to come back here and make a full presentation about Baldwin Road. It's going to have 5 roundabouts, widened road. It's going to have a boulevard part of it. It's going to jumpstart everything along Baldwin Road there in regards to development in Brown Road. So that's going to be a big, big project for Orion Township. It's going to be inconvenient. But you know, when I recall the township developing that and working with us, the township wanted to develop its road based upon what it saw its future was on Baldwin Road. I don't believe the township leaders wanted to develop Baldwin Road as a thoroughfare so that people north or south could just shoot right through Orion and get to where they're going. They had a vision, and they wanted to see like a downtown area or a little area of the village of Gingerville down there. And that's a great idea.
And we want people to stop and enjoy
and
the
shop
amenities.
and walk. Yes. And that's one of the things that that will be developed in there. The safety paths, the little pocket parks, all those things will be in there.
It's going to be beautiful. Now, M24 is under construction. That's not a road commission project. That would be MDOT. But how can we help as residents during the process of construction?
Slow down.
Okay.
And have a little patience. That's all you can do, because I drive the same thing. I have to go to Oxford Bank or Hollywood Market or Kroger's or whatever, and it's no different. You just have to slow down. And, all right.
Give yourself plenty of time to get where you got to go.
Very true.
And you made a good point. Those businesses are still open during construction.
Yes, and that will be the same as Baldwin. We intend to keep the businesses open during construction, so we're not here to shut anybody out of business or anything like that. People ask me, what are you doing on Baldwin? I said, I'm beyond Baldwin. I'm working on Walden. I mean, that road needs repair.
It really does.
And one of the programs that we have been able to implement, as when I talked about the 3 commissioners that we've come up with ideas, is we call them mill and fill. And we've done that throughout the township here, and we've done it all through the county. I'll give you a couple examples. By Carpenter School on Joslin, there's a little section there as you go southbound where that was in bad shape. We milled and filled that. If you go over to Clarkson Road there, by a couple of spots over there by the little party store, and someplace, there's another couple of spots in there where we've done the same, mill and fill them.
And that would be grinding out the existing asphalt?
And then come back with a new coat of asphalt on top. Not a large part, maybe just maybe 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, whatever, so it would make the road safety. And I know we've done it also on Walden Road.
Yes, recently. And it's made a big improvement over in that area. But we really need to look at the whole road.
We do.
It's heavily traveled. The buses are on it. We've got schools. We've got a lot going on Walden Road.
There's a lot going on in Orion Township. This is a great community. When I think about if people who haven't been out here very long, if they go back to what Friendship Park looked like before that time,
yes,
there's a lot changed.
I remember I was in the assessor's office when your board that you served on were looking to buy Friendship Park, and I was so excited when they finally did it, because I think you got it for $11,600 per acre, and that was unheard of back then.
Well, we spent over $1 million. I think, on it.
Yes.
It was a big expenditure, but you have to think in the future. I mean, Orion's always been about families.
We have.
And you realize that, and I had 5 children, I know that it's a great place to raise kids. And so you think, where are they going to take the kids? Where are they going to play ball? Where are they going to play soccer?
Planning for the future.
Or have a play structure, those kind of things. Boom, that worked out good.
Yep, it's perfect. It's a legacy. And that's why you do what you do. You plan, and you are in a leadership position so that the future looks good for the people who want to live here in those times. We don't want to just make bad decisions or decisions just that affect us.
Sometimes you make decisions because you believe it's the best decision and you think in the future. a lot of people may not disagree, and you have input, and you have discussions.
Sure.
And when you're involved in local elections and politicians and politics, people can really get vocal about it. I'll give you a little example. We did a safety path along Heights Road, and when I was on the board, and I remember showing up at lunch, having lunch at the old Orient House, and this gentleman came up to me and says, "I'm so glad you ignored me." What? He says, "Yeah, I didn't want that safety path on Heights Road, but now that I have it,
he loves it.
My grandkids come over, I walk them back and forth."
Yep.
And this is probably, I'm going back probably 20 years. But it was kind of a nice thing to do.
That was nice to hear. Yep, sound leadership.
The Road Commission has one other thing we're involved in. This is invasive species.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's a big deal.
And we have started a pilot program in that. We went around and got the communities together. Orient Township is a member.
Yes.
That started, I want to say, 1 or 2 years ago. We were able to apply this year and receive a grant. I think there was a grant obtained that allows all the communities, not only Orient, but I believe Addison Township, but possibly Oakland Township, and there's a couple other cities that are involved in regards to address these, that get involved in, especially on your ditches, and they get invasive species in there to eradicate them.
Phragmites.
Correct.
Yes.
And there's several of them that are involved with it. There's a Japanese, I don't know, milfoil or Japanese something, I forget the name of it, but there's a lot of these things that come around that you really have to recognize, because they'll overcome your natural plants and kill them. So I was kind of glad that we started this program. I mean, we were kind of cutting edge there. But what was nice is that the townships and the cities and the villages all worked together on it.
And my husband and I treated our lakefront property last year through that permit that the township received to be able to treat responsibly the Phragmites. And the community can get engaged in that if they see that growing.
It should, because people realize that that's how you have a nice community, is people get engaged. And Orient Township, when I look at what's going on, it looks to me like a lot of people are engaged.
It's good. A lot of information has gone out, and we're working together. So I think if somebody could find a way to use Phragmites as a renewable energy source, that we would have the problem solved.
Sure.
Because it burns hot, and there's plenty of it. So who knows? Maybe someone will pick up on that. So let's talk about Fast Track. I noticed as I was looking at some information and preparing today, Fast Track helps residents. It helps the Road Commission. Tell the people what that's about.
Well, I will tell you there's a history. It goes back to Robbie in the early 80s. I was not involved in it. I know when I got on the township board, I thought, I'm not in favor of Fast Track. Once you get a little bit more information, you realize how it does allow traffic to flow. And what it is, it just counts cars. That's all it does. The cameras just count cars. It doesn't take pictures of license plates. It doesn't take pictures of people. It just has the ability to count cars. We don't have the software. We don't have the money to do anything like that.
Not to issue tickets.
Nothing.
Good.
All it is counting cars. And the software allows, based upon counting cars, then to adjust lights as to how long it should be green, red, or yellow. And it changes around based upon the time of day. As you know, in the morning, as you've traveled Roslyn Road or Baldwin Road heading southbound, it's pretty traffic. I mean, between from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, Joslyn Road is packed.
It really is.
And the same way coming home. Now, what we've tried to do, and this is all over the county, Fast Track's all over the county, we use that for the purposes of trying to move that traffic as quickly as possible. Big Beaver, Southfield Road, Orchard Lake, they're all over the county. We're all over. And that's really what it's for. It has nothing to do with anything but moving the traffic so that you're not spending, you have time, you get to work as quickly as possible, and you get home to your kids and your wife.
So during peak traffic hours, it's looking at that and it's adjusting so people can get through that.
It has a default, but it adjusts. It does adjust. It does adjust, yes.
I like that. Would that be at all lights in a community, or just the high traffic areas?
You know, it's something that the state of Michigan has to agree to put on their roads, and then we have to get the additional funding when we do it. To put it, I know it's on M24, but it's not functioning quite correctly right now with all the construction going on. But it's something we would try and do if the community wants to participate, and that's where you go from. Some of the cities have them, some of them don't. They don't want to pay for it. Everything costs money.
It does, but it's worth it if you can get
I think
people
so.
where they need to go safely. That's really important.
We have a budget this year of $108 million. Now
Incredible.
that's a little less than last year, but that was because we don't have as much money coming in. We have a very ambitious road projects going on this year, as you know, all over.
How do you allocate funds for projects?
It's based upon safety.
Okay.
And there is a meeting tomorrow. I think the Federal Aid Committee meets tomorrow in the morning at 9 o'clock. And it meets and your supervisor's been there several times. I believe at this time it's meeting in Madison Heights. And it's based upon a point system. How many accidents, safety, safety, safety.
Yep.
It is not based upon who you know, what you know. It's based upon safety. And so that is, and if you meet the point restrictions, and if you, obviously, if it's a $100 million project, we don't have the money. But a lot of projects are in the area, you know, $2 or $3 million. And the city then would contribute, or the township could contribute through tri-party. But that's how it's based upon, strictly safety. And that's the only way it should be.
Yes.
Because any other way, it's haphazard, and you
Right.
don't address safety issues. And that's really why I'm really proud to work on the Road Commission, because they really focus on safety.
Safety affects everyone equally.
Yes, I mean, if you can save a person's life and so somebody
Yes.
isn't, that's what you do.
I
That's
like
what you
that.
do. Yeah.
I like that that's a criteria first. It's
It
very
is,
important.
it really is. There's no other criteria.
You touched on tri-party funding. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
So we have a project that we did that I thought was really important, and we fixed Axford Road, where our post office is. A lot of traffic funnels through
I was
there
involved in
with
that.
drainage issues.
I use the post office, and I
Yeah.
drive that road.
Yes.
I use the sushi shop over
That's
there,
recent.
and the Herald Cleaners. So it's a little plug, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But yes, I thought that road needed to be fixed, and it needed to be fixed. The church St. Joe's was concerned about it. The post office was concerned. I mean, that road needed to be fixed.
It really did.
And it took a little bit of effort, but it's great shape right now.
So tri-party, tell us who that would involve.
Well, the tri-party means is that it's the road commission, the township, and the county government. And the county government gets that money. It's a process where it's interest income generated by their tax dollars. It's just interest income. It's not tax dollars, it's interest. We do it as just money right out of our federal aid money when we get, or excuse me, our road money we get from the state of Michigan. And the township obviously gets it from tax dollars. But everybody puts in a third. But the key thing about tri-party is the township or the city or the village picks the project.
Yes.
Not the road commission, not some politician, but your township board working together with your engineers pick the project.
We have done that as a recent Township Board of Trustees, and we're looking at Clarkston Road. We did a study too to determine if Sherry Road would be a project, a future project. And we're very careful when we're planning where we're going to spend those dollars. It's important. And I'm glad it's available because it motivates people to work together to get a project completed, like Axford Road.
Right, and that's what you want. You want everybody to work together as a team to get your projects done. And that's why we think it's a reason that tri-party has succeeded so well is because the township, the city, or the village picks the road.
Yes.
Picks the project. Whether it's fixing up a roundabout, or putting a roundabout in, or fixing up lights, or putting in crosswalks at the corner. It's all about the locals know their problem.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, we drive around, and I probably put over 45,000 miles a year on my vehicle, easily.
That's a lot of miles.
That's a lot of miles. But it's important that we share that information and we have that input from the locals. And we do that, as you know, every 2 years. We go around and meet with every community. The Road Commission does, and meets with every community in the county and discusses what's going on. What do you need? What do you see your future? What do you really see as a problem? So that we have an idea.
I was very glad to see a improvement that took place on Joslin Road where the water was backing up under the railroad tracks going from Mud Lake into Judah Lake. And it was just pooling, and it was basically washing out that area. The Road Commission took care of that by putting in another drain. The old drain had exceeded its life. People see things like that maybe the road commission wouldn't. How could a person alert the road commission to that
Well,
issue?
obviously,
Start with their township first?
start with the township, but you
Okay.
can also start with our number, 858-4804,
Yes.
our webpage.
Yep.
Call us. Let us know. That is important because we can't see everything. You just can't. And as hard as you try, you just can't be aware of everything. I mean, I don't see much of Rose Township that often. When I do, I look at stuff, but I don't get out there that often. Or
Right.
Lyon Township, and that's a booming township. They've got all kinds of boom going in Lyon Township right now.
That's pretty remarkable because that was rural for years.
Oh, it's just there's plans for I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 homes going out there. So it's a big area. It's totally on the other side of the county from us.
That's a lot of development.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So you maintain county roads, but do you also work to take care of some of the Michigan roads?
We
MDOT
do.
roads?
We do. MDOT hires us to do maintenance work on M24, the expressways, the plowing. If they'll pay us, we'll do the grass cutting. But if they don't pay us, we can't go on their road and cut their grass. You just can't do that. And guardrail replacement, things like that. We do a lot of those things. I was coming out here to the show today, and I'm up going northbound on 75, and I see traffic all backed up. And it's our crew doing patching on southbound 75.
Got to be done.
Well, and it has to be done. People say, well, how come you have so many trucks out there? Because safety.
Right.
I don't want one of my people getting killed by traffic. So we have those big trucks in a line. So that gentleman or lady, and we have a lot of ladies that work for us, can do that patching.
Good. I'm glad. Safety's got to be first.
It really is in that business because we just don't want anybody getting hurt.
People just need to slow down and give those road crews room to work, but also so that they are safe to work in their environment.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I've been encouraged by what they've already accomplished on M24, doing the utility work and getting ready to get started to do the construction. And it's going to be pretty remarkable when that project's completed. And then we'll work on Baldwin Road. I think it's timed perfectly.
Baldwin Road's going to start 2017. We're in the project for acquiring property right now, right away basically, property up and down Baldwin Road right now. And the engineering is being completed. All that's being worked on right now as we speak. All that detailed work. A lot of detail work.
It's going to be nice when it's done.
It really will. The township will have some very modern, very safe roads, and so that the quality of life out here can continue to be as good as it is.
It's going to be marvelous when it's done. I know that people just need to be patient. They need to slow down and give the process due time, and it will be completed.
And if you have a problem, 858-4804.
I love it. Thank you so much, Eric. I'm really thrilled that you were out here today. You shared some history. You shared some vision for the future for our community, and you let us know what's going on in Oakland County.
My pleasure, Penny.
Thank you for your leadership.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this program. I know that you've learned a lot. Please visit the website. If you have questions regarding our roads, contact Oakland County Road Commission. Thank you.